MOLLYMAY, will you come out to play? Your smile takes the edge off of the day, and you're a light that brightens.
This is MOLLYMAY, a Bod Pause Pod and other nice stuff with me, MOLLYMAY. Hi, Trish. I do this thing every week before I come to record. I get so excited because I come early to stop at Taco Bell and I have a beef quesarito, and it's like the best meal of the week. But then I drive, and then I sit in front of this microphone, and that's just enough time to have it settle in my stomach where it wants to come out again. And I'm speaking in a microphone, and it just every other word, I'm holding back a burp, and I hate myself for eating this Taco Bell, and it happens every week. And I'll leave here again, and I'll be I'll have that podcast high, and then I'll be excited for next week when I can come early and have a beef quesarito. We're just gonna burp in the microphone. Hi, I'm MOLLYMAY, burping in the microphones. Hi. I don't want to wear shirts anymore. Shirts. Did you hear that? That was nacho cheese trickling upwards. You trickle upwards. I'll continue. I don't want to wear shirts anymore. Shirts, bras, pants, anything that touches my skin. Just get off my body and let me be I've never once in my life just felt like nature's breeze, blowing through everything. I just want to be a princess on the prairie of just straight nudity and wind. And no, this is not another Nudie Judy episode. It's just me, MOLLYMAY, being vulnerable with you. And just know that every time I have to put clothes on, it's 1 degree of sadness enters my body. I don't know, just wake me up when I can be naked. I'm going to bed. I've been doing this thing lately with my shirts. When how am I going to explain this? When I get really in the zone, and in my studio at home, sitting at my desk, doing design work or writing, and I will, subconsciously, wow, do you listen to MOLLYMAY's podcast today? She sure does sound smart. It's God. So I've been doing this thing where I'll pull the bottom of the front of my shirt up, and I'll take my head out of the neck hole, and I'll pull my shirt up over the back of my head. So it's my shirt is over my head, and then because of the density and the weight of my boobs, I can pick them up and set them places. So I will pull the side of the shirt down and over, and I can pick up my boobie and put it in in the shirt. So it's a over the shoulder bolster holder. And you guys, it feels so good. It lifts and separates. And I was talking to my buddy Emily Eaton about this. And I was like, hey, can you try this? And she's like, oh my God, this is new fashion. She's like, is this kind of cute? And then she's like, no, I've seen this before. The brand is Cantarini, and it's a getting ready. They market it as your boobs need to be lifted and separated by this bath towel while you're getting ready. And it's literally just a boob cup holder. And it feels, and I was like, you don't need to buy that when you can just put your fucking shirt over your head. So like last night, I'm just like sitting there writing in the studio, like having crazy creative block with my boobs in this weird holster. It's so good. So I came downstairs last night dressed this way. Like I have like pajama pants on and I'm wearing this Daisy Natives this pink girl support girl shirt, but it's over my head and my boobs are on the inside. And I'm like, I came downstairs and I was telling Johnny, I was like, hey, I'm doing some writing and I'm having a crazy mental block. I was like, can we like do something? Can we like be funny and silly or something? I was like, maybe I was doing notes for the podcast. I was like, maybe you can just come on and like I can like I talk about you enough that there's like you're kind of in my cast of characters. I was like, you're totally in my cast of characters. And Johnny was like, no, And he was like, why don't you just talk about eating dill pickle chips in bed and how crummy the bed gets? And I just look at him and I'm like, you can't hear me when I'm just like shooting looks. That was me making face. And then he was like, well, I don't know. What were you going to talk about? That's the Johnny voice I use when I don't like what he's saying to me. And I was like, I don't know, the fucking chiropractor. Like, I just came from the chiropractor, so I'm going to talk about the chiropractor on the pod. You guys, you know that if I talk about going to the chiropractor on the pod, I have hit my own personal rock bottom and that I have run out of any kind of creative juices. And then Johnny was just like, no, Molly, just be real. Talk about the dill pickle chips. So I just like looked at him. And then I went outside. I put my shirt on the right way. And so I went outside with the Rosie. And her boyfriend Kevin was out there. And I decided to roll down the hill with my perfect little neighbor girl, 3-year-old Lou. And I rolled down the hill 3 times too many because I had just been to the chiropractor and had my crystals in my ears realigned. Did you know they can do that? You're right. I'm talking about the chiropractor. Like, see it, it's just like it all works. And then I came back in and I was like, I put my boobies back in their holster. And then I looked at Johnny and I was like, no, I'm gonna, just gonna call you tomorrow and I'm gonna put you on speakerphone and you can just like rattle off some of your Johnnyisms, like your don't be a crabber, just talk about dill pickle chips. Like, just I don't talk about what it means to be like a husband to a big girl. I don't like whatever you want to talk about, because it's like I'm just in this creative block and I was like reaching for anything. I was like, I'll just call my best friend and put you on speakerphone and it'll be so great. And like these creative blocks like this like happen all the time, right? And it happens in a myriad of ways, like with work and with your wardrobe and with hair and with makeup, and it sucks. So I'm straddling Johnny, which is where I have all my best conversations, when I just straddle humans and really make them look me in the eyeballs. You know, like it happens at work all the time. It's very effective. That's not true. That's not true. Please don't fire me. So I'm straddling Johnny. My boobies are in this holster. And I'm like, I'm going to call you. And he's like, no, I will not answer. I am like a bonus promo guy. And look at him. And I was like, he's like, you're going to bring me on like when your fans are like really thirsty to meet me. He's like, I'm a season 2 kind of guy. And I just like looked at him and I was like, I have never heard him say this kind of thing before. And I just like immediately retreated upstairs. I think like I pulled my boobies out of their holster and put my shirt back on right again and just marched upstairs. And I sat down And then I shouted downstairs to him, "Can you just say all of that again so I can write it in my notes? Because that's how blocked I am right now." And that's how I'm here right now. And I think that the more blocked I get, I learned this last night, the more nudie that I get. So this episode is about creative blocks and how to work through them. And like just sitting here with like hard blinks and producing absolute shit and like wearing the same outfit you did last week. That kind of a block. And we're going to work through it together. So, I mean, Johnny didn't say no to being a guest. So I guess just keep listening and maybe together as a collective force, we can all just like boost his confidence. Because like that's what we're here for. Boosting boys' confidence. Come on, Johnny, you can do it. So like next time I record, can I just like take my shirt off? I'm talking to Matriarch's producer, who is my secret fairy princess hidden in the shadows. She doesn't like you to think she's here, but she is. Because I can't be trusted with the buttons. So she's here and she wants my clothes on. She wants my clothes on. Fucking keep my clothes on. So hi, Jabish. My my fucking wedding ring broke last week. And that was Devastation Nation. So a little love story about what I can't take off this week. It's my wedding ring and we're going to go there quick. We got to like pick this ring out together and we're poor working artists at this time. So we were looking on Etsy. And initially we thought that we wanted like that raw cut diamond. But we saw this designer in San Diego. Her name was Priscilla and has this 3.64 black diamond sterling silver ring that immediately brought tears to my eyes. And we were like, this is the thing. It was so fucking special. So we did the thing. We got the ring. I've been wearing it on my hand for almost 4 years. And I was at the pool and it fucking, like the back snapped. Like it was like a thin ring band. And it snapped. And thank God my mom was there. I probably would have cried. She was just like, "Oh no, are you so sad?" And I feel like because mom said that, I was like really tough in that moment. And I was like, no, it's fine. I can get it fixed. So I took my ring in to Van Gilder's. I think it's called Van Gilder's Jewelers. And they are the same jewelry place that fixed Grandpa May's ring. Remember when I had that Art Deco ring that like they put up, I thought they had put a whole new band on it, but like their work was just so gorgeous. So I took it in and they were like, "Yeah, you know, this band is so thin, we can beef it up a little bit." And you guys, I got it back and I have not stopped looking at my hand. It's like I'm freshly married again. This is like the first time I've seen it like really sparkly and I'm just like having a moment. So what I can't take off this week is my fucking wedding ring. It's so good. I love Johnny so much. Cute. So the song, guys, let's talk about Jewel. When I don't remember what year I was, how old I was the year Pieces of You came to be, the album with the wing on it. My godmom Margie gave it to me. And she was like, "Hi, you have to have this CD. I think you sound just like her." I think I was in like 4th grade. And like that is the single most important compliment I've ever gotten in my life. Clearly, I have never forgot it. I sound just like Jewel. So the song of the week is oh my God, I just forgot it. Who Will Save Your Soul? Jewel. Lordy. And I had the greatest privilege. My birthday last year, I got to see her live at the Hollywood Bowl. Amazing. So she comes out and she's this dainty little princess and she's standing there. She's wearing like this really great sheer blush mesh with flower embroidery, like full gown. And she's standing there just straight in front of the mic. She opens with Somewhere Over the Rainbow, which, hello, is the number one jam of life. And she, the entire time, is just like gently grasping the microphone with just like her fingertips. Like somehow the microphone is just like floating in front of her. But then her other hand is like stiff, right? Like stiff down her body, but her wrist is like flaring out. And she's making like the perfect little princess hands the entire time. And she's just like so graceful. But she would finish a song and then she'd be like, excuse me, I need a lozenge. And then she'd come back and she'd be all, see, I sound just like her. That's for you, Margie. And she just had like 10 cough drops in the middle of these sets, and then she'd go back to it again. She's still so great, and she still sounds like that perfect little Alaskan rebel woman. Okay, who to follow? I could keep going on about Jewel and just like heavily breathe in your ears. Who to follow is Queen Nia Kim. Every time I fucking see her, I become like positively gapey and like drooly. And she makes you believe in heaven and angels and all that shit because she's just like so fucking good. She's a Minneapolis-based Sudanese model, and any second that I see her in real life, like I turn into fucking codfish. I get lightheaded. It was like that one time I saw the whale in Provincetown. She's a dream. Follow her, and you'll see exactly what I'm fucking talking about. I have such a girl boner for her. I was like a boner. Oh, wow. Okay. So here's what to do when you get in a creative rut. Just talk about your boners for people. My first thing that I suggest when you are like, especially when you're in a wardrobe funk, is get fucking inspired. My all-time favorite thing to do in undergrad was look at, like, before social media was in the palm of our hands. I used to look every weekend at sartorialist.com and get outfit inspo for that weekend. And it was a hot tip at the time from my girl Ellen, who would just pull together the coolest looking shit out of her ass. And like, when you're scrolling through Sartorialist, like, it's men and it's women and it's advanced style and it's teenagers. And granted, they're all like wearing Italian wool, like in Italy, and being really rich looking. But there are ways to like take that vibe and just like harness it. Like, wear a nightgown slip over denim and like change up a t-shirt with a scarf and some grin pins. Oh my God. Do you remember grin pins from like the mid-90s American Girl magazines? Oh shit, that was my jam. They were the fucking best. Today's like statement enamel pins, right? But for good measure, let's just call them grin pins. I used to have them hanging in my closet. I had like the ribbons that I didn't want to wear, that I didn't want my mom to force me to wear in my hair anymore. So I'd take them and hide them in my closet and hang all my pins on them. I'll find them and bring them back. Another hot tip, and this sounds so cheesy, but it works. Watch an episode of Sex and the City and try to copy at least one of Carrie Bradshaw's outfits. Or an element. Because I understand how like an entire outfit can be daunting. Because some of her shit is like fucked. Another one. Instead of a shirt, just wear a solid colored one-piece swimsuit under denim with a jacket. You can wear that to work. Maybe. I just want to wear swimsuits all the time. Distress some shit. I have that DIY episode. Listen to it and just fuck shit up. Put a hat on. You guys are in a creative rut. Just put a hat on. Oh my God. Or like I painted a pair of, I just had like plain white Reeboks. And I recently painted them in Vadrolf colors, which are like gold and baby blue. A, it was so fun. And B, the shoes were so stupid to begin with. And C, now the shoes are so dope. Just like, paint some shit. In that DIY episode, I also said, leave the painting to the professionals and like the true artists. Now I'm going back and saying, no, just fuck some shit up. Also, it's really fun to try cross-dressing some elements. Throw on a tie. Thrift some men's suit pants. There's nothing like the fit of a high-waisted vintage wool men's suit pant. It's good. It's like Diane Keaton chic. Put a hat on. And one thing that I fucking love doing, which is so fun being a part of the big girl community lately, is looking in each other's closets, because there's being a big girl and like we used to not talk about our clothes or what we liked about our clothes. It was how we hated our clothes or what we wanted to hide. But there's this gorgeous shift happening. And I'm so grateful, because it's like my closet has doubled, and having someone else's eyes in your closet, or you looking in someone else's closet, or trading those pieces together to create new outfits is so inspiring. So I recently was helping my buddy get ready for a music festival. And she had these pieces that were working and pieces that, she felt like she was forcing. And I'm like, yeah, I see that. You look like a winter girl going to a music festival where you're just going to get wet and sweaty. So I was like, I have some things. Let's pull some things. And we just had like the perfect text internet picture exchange of like styling with her pieces and my pieces, and her suitcase was just packed with the coolest fucking Carrie Bradshaw-esque outfits from her closet and my closet. And I was like, man, I was gonna thrift those persimmon pants, and now I'm like, I know how to wear them again, because you saw them on someone else wearing it a very cool way. Also, letting makeup drive your look. Like, try a different shade of shadow. Use eyeliner to punch up, like, everyday makeup boredom. Border. What? Or, like, use one of those, those nighttime lipstick shades that you have on reserve, like, in the motherfucking day. Like, you can wear color during the day, guys. And my favorite way to get out of a rut is to just wear a color story, a color palette. Look in your closet with fresh fucking eyes and just look for color palettes and let that drive it. My buddy Ty and I, and we've been doing a lot of this lately, and it's so fun. We will send each other just like random color palettes that pop up in our lives, and we geek the fuck out. Like the other day, he was just putting some t-shirts away in his closet, and he sent me this picture, and he's like, look at these fucking stacked by each other. He's like, look at this color story. It's so gorgeous. And the other day I pulled over, there was like an old beat up truck that was hauling wood on the back, and it just had like these different colored canvases like covering the wood, and it made the most gorgeous picture story. So I sent him a picture. I was like, this is just you all over. It's so gorgeous. And sometimes it's just like taking that step back. And if you take a moment to look and like the color stories that are composed around you, right? And like do that thing where you like give them a little frame, like you're doing a still life, and like let color define your outfit and like create an entire story, and not just like, oh, this thing with denim or this t-shirt with this moto jacket. Like you can fucking do it. Let color drive you. Let color drive you today. See, I feel unclogged now. Like this is what, see how that just happens? Like now I want to go make friendship bracelets. That was my favorite thing about friendship bracelets, I think, was like just picking out the color palettes. Oh my God, go make a bracelet. Bye, Jabesh, I love you. And if you get blocked, I used to give the old people at the nursing home thickened prune juice. That was my actual job. That has nothing to do with anything, just being blocked. Okay, bye. And if you got this far in the pod, I'm impressed as fuck and really grateful to have you listening. If you want to know more information about me or the show, check out the show page on matriarchdm.com, where we host all of the What I Can't Take Off, our progressive Spotify playlist from the songs of the week, and obviously the reminder of who to follow for the week, all in a nice little fucking Matriarch Digital Media bow. Theme song is MOLLYMAY by Ben Karen. Like, I'll never get over saying that. It's so good, right? Thanks for listening. You're so cute.